Jesus Christ. Is that the best way how to start your thing? Well, it has been a while, isn't it? Well, welcome back everyone. I'm trying to work 6 hours today because I have been lazy recently. I'm doing only 3 hours a day, and one of the days I missed the work because I felt not like it. I tried to replace the code for this tab, completely remove it, and I was like, the bed seems really nice today. And I went to sleep most of the day. So, I have been through a lot of crap recently. I found that one of the things, the job prototype, the guy who was responsible on organizing the data for the skills and attributes for everything, when it save and load, it corrupt the data. The funny part is it run fine and it doesn't say the data is corrupted till you ask the program to show me the data for the prototype and it crash. And the funny part is, not the first corruption. The first corruption only screw up one field, the type of the prototype. To replace it with the name. The second time it corrupted the file, it corrupted the file very well. So the first time it's fine when you try to edit it. So I've been through the crap, and then I thought I fixed the problem. Then I found nope, I didn't fix the problem, and I spent today the first hour on that. This message is old. I wonder if there's a way to clean the damn thing. Anyhow, then I test saving and loading the objects. So 2 days ago I tried to replace this section, which is around 200 lines. I was like, let's delete the whole crap and start over. And I didn't get the heart to do that. So let me adjust some of the stuff, including getting the mic a little bit away. Oh, let me click on this to remove the highlight. So now I should have the file uncorrupted, and I should have the objects savable and loadable and the object animation. And I found some redundancy and I removed it, and that's why you see this page. Oh, what have I done? This page is a little bit more empty. To be honest, I changed my mind how I'm going to deal with the cluster. The idea was to add two different type of objects, clusterable and non-clusterable, and I was like, no. So I'm going to remove the idea, and instead we will have one type of object. And if I'm going to add it to the cluster, we are going to save only the data we need for the mini object. So instead of having two versions of objects, we just have one, and the way how we save the data is different every time we add it. So I thought about it for a while and decided to scrub a lot of the code that I was planning to do to make a cleaner management. So, and the way how I was manipulating the attribute was wrong because I already have a job prototype. I shouldn't have another layer of complexity. And instead, we need to access the prototype not in here, but oh yes, because so as you can see, I'm still in a mess. Sometimes I feel I'm doing, I don't know, I'm over exaggerating some parts of the code, but I need to remind myself as well that I'm doing a game engine. In other words, all these features are going to be reused over and over, and I'm already reusing some parts like 3 and 4 times, especially the smallest parts like the attribute. Oh my god, I used like at least seven different 7 places. Same for the prototype. I already have it in 4 different places, and in itself it uses attributes. So what's the task we should work on today? Let's take a look. There's still, yeah, a lot of crap in this page, but if I finish all the crap in here, I mean, look at this step. Full fucking engine demo. Of course, actually, there's a previous step in here. And actually, there is a point that I'm not sure if I'm going to do it in here or later. Which is, actually this point is only in the game engine, it's not in the map simulator. So this must be after. Actually, all these steps are after. So, I know, I should use my old to-do list program or make a new one to instead of using this. But to be honest, this is like very fast and dirty. So the last hour I fixed this idiot thing and I've solved other issues. I'm not sure if I'm on hurry to add this feature to make the blocks animation start from any frame. Actually, any frame from using the 7 bits, like from 0 to 1, 2, 4, Jesus. 7 frames, so from 1 to 7 I cannot start from the 8th frame. But usually like the 3rd frame is more than enough to make a continuous animation for example for the sea itself. When you have a sea and you have waves. Not in the mood to do that either. Nah. This one really useful and I need to do it sometime. But wait, this is the section behind the camera, so I cannot do it. This is the section for online. Let's add a line between them. Should I work on that? I can start working on that. That's good. Let's work on this instead. So here. So let's try to add objects to the map. What am I saying? What am I saying? What am I saying? Let's try to add object brush to the map simulator so we can add objects whenever we open or edit the file. So the first part is we need to load the objects in here, and it's not a sprite number. That's an old crap. So the first thing we are going to do is we are going to make it drop list. So you cannot change the name. Yeah, this thing is a little bit different, but this one, actually, let's make this one as a drop list too, because I'm sure it might make problems. So, because you might not know what the hell is this, let's add something in here. Say, for example, what should I call it? Tills. Sprite. Number. Because you're going to see number from 1 to 15. Here, well, object. Here we need to do several things, including adding an object and actually we need to add a layer. Which layer is it contained to? And we didn't we didn't deal with the layer yet, so we need to work on that too. So we need to go to the map class, but let's take a look. We load the game. Didn't crash. Good. We load the map. I'm not sure if the old maps will work anymore. We screwed up a lot of crap the last few days in the game file. This is an old map, and you can see the placement of the things are not actually the same. So instead of having these stuff as a platform, well, we need a way to make them as an object, and that's number one. Number two, we have different objects in my mind, including waterfalls in the back, platform in the front of the waterfall, mountain behind the waterfalls themselves. So better to make a system that allow me to add as many as I want layers for the objects, and decided what kind of objects to add from here. So in here I need to select a layer, and we need to actually we need two type of layers. God, yeah, a layer behind the players and the layers in front of the players. So where should we add all of this crap? Let's take a look. We can make a new page for it, like this one for the backgrounds, which control the backgrounds in the game. Or we can put it in the script wizard, because this system should be responsible on editing all the crap that related to the map that you cannot edit it. Sorry about that. That you cannot edit it from here, because this one is only for the brushes and the info for the brushes. So in here we should be able to do other stuff. Great. This will take forever to make. So I even made a tab already in here, but this is only for the object's info. We might need to add another one for the object's layers. So let's take a look at that and start working on it. It's kind of sad to see the whole page empty. It reminded me when I was working on the create game file. This thing was empty as a desert as well. And now look at it. It has all kinds of tools to add and edit these things. It's just huge. It's the same with the Script wizard, it's empty now. The code is empty and it's sickening. Later on we will add here a campaign tab, but I'm not kinda on hurry for that. Actually I am. Let's add one. Let's change this one. Actually this one called script, and well, it's not only the script anymore. It deals with the attributes and the job and the prototype and the formula. So it's not only script anymore. But so I might need to change the name actually. But let's keep it simple. And even the tab names, let's keep them simple. I usually like them capital, to be honest. I'm not sure why I kept these ones smalls. I know when we used to program Java in 1996. 996. No, I didn't start programming in 996, did I? No, I started 2003 and 4 Java. I came a little bit late for it then. Unlike Visual Basic 6. We have like the first letter is small crap. So this one is campaign, if I can spell it. I don't have spelling worth a damn. Let me lower this, let me open this. And I have the spelling actually in to-do list thing. Anyway, can we focus on the subject we have at the hand? We need to add object layer. So this one will become 6. This one become 5. Puzzles, man. Am I fucking crazy? And this one is going to be script tab 4. Oh, I forgot to rename it. Damn it. Ob layer. Alright. Why don't I see the script for the objects in here? Is it because I want to put them in here? I don't know. Maybe I need to add it in here. What the hell is this? Oh, yeah, Jesus. Alright, focus. So we need to add objects layer here. I don't believe it. Is that it? Only 2 lists? I mean, well, what I need more than that? I need, yeah, only 2 lists I fear. Maybe some info on, like a tooltip info to decide or to show what kind of things it should be added to that list. Maybe that's the only thing I can think about. So let me steal one of these. The place seems so huge. And let's call this one save. And let's call this one delete. So before we play with this, let me record in here the changes I made. Map class objects layer. And I should add it in the objects section. To be honest, it could be much easier than this. We can save this as a list of objects, like a list of lists. But the thing is, I would like to have a tooltip for them. So when I go to the forum and select the layer and put the mouse on it, it tell me this layer is supposed to be for torches, light sources, blah blah blah. This layer is supposed to be for, I don't know. It's not necessary, but it's make the work on the stuff easier. And for now, I will leave it without tooltip. Maybe I will find a way to add the tooltips without adding them to the map itself. But for now, let's go to the map class. Yes, sometimes I prefer to code slowly and describe everything I want, even if that's mean it will be a little bit boring for some. But I'm not here to entertain, I'm here to work, to be honest. And sometimes I shouldn't bother with that at all. I need to learn to not to give a freaking thing about that. And yes, another thing is, I don't want to curse. We took the curses and the swearing words so lightly, and I believe we can live without them, you know. So where are we? We can add it here. This is the best position. So we don't have an object dictionary anymore because me and my smart ass Jesus, this is the old object code to add objects, and these belong to, oops, I shouldn't have shown that. Yes, a lot of crap. So give me a second. I'm glad nobody's here, but where is the OBS? So give me a second. Maybe I shouldn't delete the whole thing. Oh well, too late. Oh my god, everywhere. On paint. Even you. Dang it. Calm down. Alright. Oh, the mini map too. Great. Even the mini map is crying about it. And of course, the old maps that have the objects won't work anymore. Give me a second. I need to clean the mess. Alright. So what we are going to do, we are going to we can make it private, but making it private will make it harder to access the stuff. And I'll just make it public. Maybe we don't need a dictionary in here, we need a list. But inside the list, we can have a dictionary, right? And we call it back objects layer or back layer objects AR. Oh, do we need an AR? And we will have a similar one, and we will call it post. So these layers will hold a dictionary of objects. And after thinking about it, does that mean we don't have a name for these layers? I fear, yeah. Apparently we don't. I wonder if this is the best way to do it. I can limit myself to like 10 layers and make number 5 is the main layer, which is nothing. And I print the first 5. But what if I don't have 5 layers in the first place? Yeah, it's kind of... As you can see, I'm using the same trick for the backgrounds and the backgrounds. And sometimes make me wonder, actually I'm using the same trick as well in the animation layers. A little bit different, but actually it's one list, but there's a foo in between that represent the main layer. So we could make a foo and we make one list. I don't know. Look at me, 30 minutes just to add this crap. Alright, calm down. Let's keep working. For now, I will take this thing. But hopefully I will get a better idea and in the meanwhile. A lot of things make me wonder. I could use the same page for prototypes. So actually I can change this into prototypes instead of creatures. I mean, I could use this page for objects. So I have the same page that almost do the same thing because This prototype setting can be reused for objects. So I can make a small tab in here for one of them for creature and one of them for um, objects. I'll see about that. I'll see about that. So it will be a tab inside a tab inside a tab. I know. I know. But let's focus on this one. This one seems very small and I'm not comfortable with that. And if it is small, should I add this in here? Or should I add it a little bit in the middle? I don't know. Because this page is huge. And to think about it, I just said I could make this page in here. So let me focus on the task. I wonder, do we really need more than one layer for the objects that appear in front of characters? Man, I can't imagine, to be honest. But this is what this page says. So because we are not going to give names for these layers, even though I could, but I don't want to. I don't want to see a dictionary inside the dictionary, unless, which I done it already. Oh crap! What have I done? I done it already in different classes, but in a different way. And instead of saving it as a list, we make a dictionary of something that represent the layer, which I was going to do actually in the first place to save the tooltip. Then I was thinking, do you want to save a tooltip for the layers inside the game data file, even though you don't need it in a game? I know the tooltip won't take that much. Maybe I'm exaggerating a lot of crap. The thing is, I don't want to make another access point. Like I need to access to this object to access the list of objects as an extra step every time I bring the objects or deal or make something that trigger the objects themselves. So, or even checking for the triggers for the objects. That's one thing. Another thing is, I'm trying to do a cluster to avoid dealing with rectangles that they shouldn't exist. Jesus Christ. So this list need to be converted later on when I deal with the faction into a different way and ignore the clusters. Anyhow, so apparently all thoughts collected. Yeah. So maybe instead of using this here, maybe I can add them here. But I was planning to make this no, that doesn't work. I need to make a place for the map cluster already. But this is for the regions. Cluster. Maybe Maybe a cluster need a different page, to be honest. Because this page is related to a single map and the cluster represents more than one map. And it might be not its place. So maybe I can take these and put them here. But this one will be a little bit larger. And once again, we can save. And deleting might cause issues. So let's give names to these suckers. I might work the next hour if I'm going to continue to scrap behind the scene, because I need to deal how to save and load the layers and the objects layers instead of layers, so it will take some time. So maybe I need to, actually I'll keep working on the GUI. I'll delete these two and make this one that treat both objects and layers and creatures, I mean. And then, and instead of working on this thing, we will work on God. I need to work on a lot of crap. We are going to work on the creatures sitting, but I cannot see it in here. Update, faction. Funny, it doesn't exist in here. Well, we can always add it. Yeah, let's add it. So, because we are going to need to work on this on behind the scene, I can work on objects and creatures editing. It's funny because I cannot do object editing yet, but one step at a time. So let's give these guys names. Back layer. And let's give the delete and add a name. There's a cheesy smell. What the hell? No, the smell is really strong. What the hell? Alright. So let's take a look on this page. And delete number 3 and number 4. Imagine if I delete the wrong thing. And let's give these different names. Just realign the numbers. So now in here we are going to change this into a prototype, or I don't know, entities. Yeah, let's change it into entities. Actually I have a term for entities. Yeah, engine objects, EO. I don't know if I want to keep using that or not. My curiosity is pulling me to go out and see what the heck. Oh, there's a strong cheesy smell. Oh well, alright, let's add a tab. The Visual Studio team from Microsoft will ban me from using tabs someday. And this tab will have two guys, one of them for the creature and the other this one. I don't know. Are you sure you want to reflect it? The characters. Oh god. Maybe the delete and save should be out. Give me a second. And this thing, dang it. Do I really need this huge text box for X and Y? Let's keep them for 4 or 5 digits. Let's say 5 digits. Let's say 6 fucking digits. World over world map or something. I'll game that. Actually, it can even keep more. Let's make it 9 digits. But I don't think the integers can hold more than 9 digits. I mean, what is it, 32,000? I don't know about the 16-bit, but let's keep it the same size. Oops. Alright, time to make this one smaller. Okay, reflect horizontally. Do you really want this? Reflection is based on the sides or the actions. So I don't think I want this in here. So let's change the names in here, in these two. Um, so we need the object name. And actually, we need the layer too. So we need to choose the layer first. And here where the things might start to become ugly. The layer combo box should have both the back layers and the front layer. Unlike the creatures, they don't have a state, they don't have action condition, which mean you cannot choose an animation as well from here. Objects are always have the same state, but they can have a form. And actually, to make it even more accurate, we can have this from here, both of them. What else? Well, I guess we can start giving names. We can make this one go a little bit on the left to fit these guys. Sometimes I hate myself. Now these guys are tab 1. These guys are tab... Still tab 1, silly you. These guys are tab 2. Is it me or they are called M tab 2 too? Dang it. So these guys I should change the name into M tab, not M tab, but tab 5 at least. Sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we need to change all the names. If I know how to point the mouse. It's funny, I almost done only 2 hours of work today, and I feel so fucking tired of this. Not tired, but bored. More bored than tired. Oh man. What if I'm going to add another tab before? I will keep trying to add the tabs on the front. I don't want to do this procedure once time another. I mean, I don't want to do it again. I'm glad I didn't code the bars yet. At least. Wait, I believe I did. Not this part though. Not this part. Someone is posting an ad in YouTube, I guess. Alright. Let me test how the code will behave. Because I feel it will crash if I load a map. At least again found in a crash, because if the crash then that will be a real issue. Oh, it didn't crash at least. So let's try to go there and check if the code is working. It seems I done some work in here. Oh yeah, look at that. But I don't see any possible skills that can be added in here. And it seems I didn't code these yet. Did I code this one at least? Yep. At least this part is coded. So, alright. Let me take a look on this part. Yeah, I didn't work on this. Oh my god. I didn't change the names of these guys. Are you fucking killing me? Oh, well. To be honest, I learned a lesson. Next time, if you're going to delete something in the middle, don't delete it. Just keep it empty till you find something else to put here. And yeah, there is a delegate, because when I double click on it, it took me here actually. At least I will have a break in 5 minutes. I wonder if I can add a mechanical way to change the character or the creature position without the need of rewriting the name. I mean the coordinate. What I'm trying to say, for example, if I want to relocate this guy, I should give an ability, and instead of adding a new one in here, is somehow to reselect this one and replace it. I wonder how can I do that. Maybe I need to add a tab or maybe a small button in here to select one of them and replace him again. Because if I want to change this guy position, I need to go here, select the map, figure out which one is he, and then change it in here. So as you can see, he moved a little bit. Let's make it 20. So something like that. So I wonder if there's an easier way to do that. I mean, as I said, so let me add that to the things that I might add in the future. Actually, these ones are huge things, so maybe I need another symbol for that. All right. So now we can adjust the attributes. I need to show the job plans in here. What's the max represent? Oh, this one to show if you select a job plan from the prototype, what's the maximum for distributes? Okay. So first of all, we need to list all job plans that the prototype support. So if this guy is a wizard, and the wizard can be a mage, a sorcerer, whatever, it show all of them in here. Second, we need to add, delete, and add. There's still 2 minutes to work before I can take a break. So let's try to at least give names to these guys. So let's call it job CB1. CB2, and this one job at max. Tab 4, and this is a skill. And now we need to, when we select the creature, we need to update these two. But that I'll leave it after the break. Wait. Oh, it's okay. So I can actually add it in here for the job plans thing. So let's take a break. And next hour we will do some music, so we don't get that bored. Oops, I'm a little bit late. I didn't even make coffee or tea or whatever. I cannot drink coffee anymore. But I didn't even made something to drink for myself. So let's start the music. And start doing stuff. So what's going on here? So we are getting the jobs in here. So actually I can do job CP items clear and do the clear for the second one, and then in here so let's test this. Hopefully the music won't be higher than my voice. Let me lower it a little bit. So here we should see nothing. No. Why this didn't fire? This thing didn't fire at all. Oh. So this thing is the creature we have. And we have a job plan. But I don't get the code. What is good job? Let me fix this for a second, because apparently this is not the thing. First of all, let me check what the hell is this. So this is from the creature object. Oh yes, yes. And this is the creature object. So let's go to the creature object, if I can find it. Funny, where is the... oh yes. So let's take a look. So this one will just return the job. And this is the prototype, and we don't need this in there. I believe the music is a little bit too loud. The thing is, I don't want to kill it. Maybe if I can lower this sound from here. Anyhow. So We need, and he's actually accessing the job plan AR. So, hmm. Oh, maybe the problem is not in the game core file more than the problem is in this guy. So who's this guy? Oh, he's taking it as a pointer. So for some reason, oh, do you think? I believe the problem is in the character that I selected was already in the map, and there was a bug that I didn't add the job plans, and that's why was empty. In other words, we need to add a new one. So let's try to add a new one. And we have a default prototype now. I need to implement that. So let me write this down as well. Yeah, now the music is too low. Sorry about that. So, alright, one by one. What I was going to do, I was going to add a new creature with a new prototype. And let's call it, I don't know. Damn, is it that hard to make a name? A1. So let's go and check. So if I select this one, I should see A1. See? Now we can see their job plans. So this is the first step to determine what's the maximum. But before we do that, let me finish the thing that I just add. Whenever we select a creature here, we should be able to see the default faction and the default prototype get selected. So let's do that. The thing is, I made them as none. I add that manually to the file. Let me check the names. Wow. Oh, what did I close? Dang it. And this one. So the problem is we made it as none, and I don't think I made it savable yet. So the only way to change that is by, oh wow, we made a taboo. We made a taboo. Oh, we loaded. Did we load the wrong file? I fear we load the wrong file. Nope. We have an issue. We cannot edit the file anymore. We have an issue. But we can load it. Anyhow. Now when I select a monster, it selected the right prototype and the right soldier and the right faction. The thing is, I save it manually as none, that's why it gave me none. And this one shouldn't be typeable, but oh well. I wonder if I can... save the maps without crashing. Nope. I completely screwed up a lot of things today. Yeah. I fear I cannot do that without fixing the issues. That's a very short video for streaming, and it seems not a lot of people are interested. And to be honest, it seems I got used on working behind the camera. So sorry about that. I'm going to go back and work and fix some issues behind the scene. So thank you for watching and see you next time.